Welcome back. In the battle of the cryptocurrencies and AI cryptos, we are now learning more about artificial superintelligence, which merged last year three different crypto projects, Fetch AI, SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocols, into what they call artificial superintelligence, or the ASI crypto. Now, again, this happened in 2024, and now we're in 2025, 1 year later. And my question is, what in the crypto is artificial superintelligence? And is this the premier AI crypto technology, or are other AI crypto technologies more advanced, more deployed, and have better future from a price perspective? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. We're going to be doing a full breakdown of what artificial superintelligence is. We're going to go through the price action. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of the three cryptos, and we're going to talk about the products that they have today. What are they working on today? What have they deployed today? Because one of the questions that I've had as I've been exploring AI on the internet computer is, which crypto is the premier AI crypto? In my view, so far, it's been internet computer. But I've been talking a lot of crap about artificial superintelligence from the perspective of they have nothing compared to internet computer. But I said, let's do a deep dive. Let's challenge our own thesis to understand, is ASI, artificial superintelligence, the premier AI crypto, or is it not? Don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, that way you never miss a new video. We upload almost every single day to bring you the latest happening in the financial world. Talk a lot about AI cryptos, talk a lot about artificial superintelligence, internet computer protocol, and much more. So make sure you guys are subscribed and join the channel. Now, the first thing that we have to do is understand the basics of what artificial superintelligence, or the ASI crypto, is. According to CoinMarketCap, the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance is a decentralized AI consortium founded by Fetch AI, formerly known as FET Crypto, SingularityNet. I think their coin was AGI coin, and then the Ocean Protocol. In a subsequent expansion, the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance welcomed Kudos as a network member, as the largest open source independent entity in AGI research and infrastructure. Artificial Superintelligence Alliance is dedicated to the creation of a vertically integrated technology and product suite with the goal of pushing past narrow AI and into artificial general intelligence. Now, here's the deal. Back in 2024, these three different cryptos merged, and now they've added a fourth different crypto project. And there was a lot of speculation. Let me pull this chart a little bit further back, because I want you guys to see from the beginning of 2024 until the middle of 2024 what exactly happened. We went from about 50 cents in the Fetch AI crypto immediately up to $2 and $3. Okay, so this was basically almost a 10x, right? An 8x. 800% gain. But a lot of this had to do with the merger, right? The merger between Fetch, SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocol. They merged these all together, and I believe that the market cap at the time, actually, we can look at the market cap right here. And again, they may not have adjusted it, but I think that they did. But the market cap at the time was about $3.5 to $3.75 billion. With the combination of all three. The individual entities, Fetch AI, Singularity, and Ocean Protocol, they did not have, they had like a few $100 million of market cap each. But then once they merged, they created the Artificial Superintelligence coin, which is an offshoot of Fetch AI coin. That's basically where the price action moved. But since then, we've come down fairly substantially, both from market cap perspective and price perspective in the ASI crypto. Now, I personally predicted that this was going to happen. If you go back to my videos from 2024, around the time of the merger, I told my viewers they were supposed to be merging. I think they did like May 1st or something like that. But I told my viewers, guys, everybody's so excited about this merger, but we don't know what the merger means. We don't know what they're actually going to be creating. Are they just coming together and then they're going to be starting from ground up? Or like, are they going to be like, what are they doing? And still to this day, I don't have a full understanding of the dynamics between these three different protocols, or four different protocols. Personally, I thought we were going to see the minds, the talent, the intellect, and whatever products all three of these projects had in production coming together, merging, and then creating some kind of artificial super intelligence application. But to date, we don't yet have that. But we do have some more information from ASI about what they're doing, who they're collaborating with, what their focus is, and what they've already accomplished. Because as you guys know, this cycle, I'm looking at what these projects have today, not what they want to have tomorrow or what they're working on. What do they have today? Now, when we're talking about in AI or artificial intelligence cryptos, really most cryptos, generally speaking, what the technology is versus what they're trying to achieve is very disconnected, right? And so a lot of projects keep talking about we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to launch this, and they never actually do it. And so we really need to understand, especially when there's so much AI crypto competition from the big projects and big players like Internet Computer. We just heard Solana is trying to basically test Internet Computer's AI by creating their own AI project on Solana. Is that going to work out? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But the competition is fierce in the AI world because this potentially is going to have the most value growth in the crypto sector if they're able to achieve what they want to achieve. And so Internet Computer already has AI running on the blockchain. But what about artificial super intelligence? Well, they wrote on their X page exactly 1 year ago, that was at the end of March of this year, 2025, so end of March 2024, the ASI Alliance took a bold leap forward, a strategic token merge of Fetch AI, Singularity, and Ocean Protocol, and later Kudos, positioned to reshape AI for good. Today, we reflect on the achievements that have been made, the boundaries pushed, and the future being built. Notice what they say. Achievements made, that's what we have today. The boundaries pushed, things that they've changed so far, and the future being built. What do I care about? The first two, not the last. Because the future being built is just pie in the sky. This is what we're going to do. I don't care what they're going to do. I want to know what they're doing today. So let's understand and break this down. I'm going to have a quick sip of my coffee. What are you guys drinking today? Black coffee, a little bit of sugar from the bodega. Anyway, so since the ASI Alliance began or was announced, they have, and this is according to the ASI team, executed a merge of AGI Ocean and moved it into Fetch. So they merged two coins into one, whoop-de-doo, deployed cross-chain bridging solutions, and designed and purchased the world's first supercomputer dedicated to decentralized AGI. So the first two are not that big of a deal, right? Cross-chain bridging, we shouldn't be clapping for that, right? This should be the basic standard of technology at this point. But they now designed and purchased the world's first supercomputer dedicated to decentralized AGI. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, and I also don't know kind of what that achieves just buying the computer. What are they doing with it? What projects or products have or are very close to completion? Anyway, executed successful vote to merge Kudos. And by the way, I've never really heard of Kudos, but maybe they. Let me see if they linked it in that post. They did. Kudos is bridging the gap between cloud computing and blockchain by providing decentralized and sustainable computing resources. Interesting. So we know a little bit. I guess we'll do a separate video on Kudos to learn a little bit more. If you guys want, let me know down below in the comments. They executed the merge. They launched an ASI wallet, integrated Kudos compute into the ASI tech stack. They launched Agentverse version 2. They launched Ocean nodes, and they launched Eris in Minecraft. Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but something that we'll have to take a look at. Now, they revealed the ASI innovation stack. They revealed an ASI roadmap, executed the first FET token burn. You guys know I love a good token burn. And Kudos Intercloud delivered 1 million plus GPU compute hours. That's pretty good. And then they launched the ASI 1 Mini image text to image, and graph implementation. And so as an as an analyst and somebody who's just kind of looking at these markets for what they are, right? Either it's investable or it's not. I look at this and I'm like, well, I would have I would have expected more. I would have expected more in the first year because here's the deal. I was anticipating, and I think similar to the way that most holders were anticipating, that when they announced this merge, that they had this like super app that they were going to create, or they were going to do something big when they first merged. Like we weren't just going to have a merge and then they were going to start talking about development and merging these ecosystems together. Like I thought that we were going to have a product, right? That these three companies or projects were coming together. They were going to merge their technology and create this super app. We're a year later and we have the ASI wallet. And granted, I don't want to take away any of the actual growth that the ecosystem has had, but it just doesn't seem on the level that you would expect the ASI alliance. Like SingularityNet has been working for years, supposedly, on AI development and deployment. And by the way, they first launched on Ethereum, then they cross-chained over to Cardano to live, quote unquote, live on Cardano. And then this cycle, they're merging with these coins, these other projects. But we haven't really seen sustained growth or any killer application that is going to keep this crypto or keep this project in the forefront, especially when you have such big competition like internet computers, AI models that are currently on the blockchain. They're currently running. And I would hope and imagine that the internet computer team, Dfinity, the developers, are developing even more applications and more products that are going to utilize AI and interconnect the crypto and blockchain world with the AI world. Maybe they're not going to do that, but there's a lot of competition. And so for ASI to be 1 year later and really not have too much substantial accomplishments, it makes one think, is this still investable? And by the way, I haven't come to the conclusion yet on this video, right? I'm giving you guys both sides of the coin, the crypto coin. But yeah, I mean, this is how I analyze the markets, right? I think, okay, what do I like about this project? What do I not like? And what questions do I have? When one way outweighs the other, there's my answer on what I should be investing in. And so we look at the main website for artificial superintelligence. They said their mission is to decentralize AI. They say we provide a robust open source innovation stack that empowers developers, enterprises, and researchers worldwide to build ethical, scalable, and groundbreaking AI solutions, ensuring that advanced intelligence remains a shared, accessible resource. And yeah. So let's look a little bit further down. These are their products, right? So they have one Web3 native LLM. ASI 1 Mini is the world's first Web3 native large language model engineered for autonomous agent workflows. It's designed to think, adapt, and collaborate, ensuring your AI-driven workflows are smarter than ever. Developed by artificial superintelligence, ASI 1 Mini is compact, fast, and built for real-world natural language applications. With integrated knowledge graphs, it delivers context-aware adaptive interactions, ideal for powering AI agents, processing documents, and scaling decentralized systems. Now, in the world of AI, from my understanding, these large language models, this is kind of like base level integration, base level deployment of the technology. Because pretty much all of the AI that we know today is really large language models that are processing the information, which is a good use of the AI, but it's not this super app, right? There's no real difference between what this ASI1 can do and a ChatGPT, for example. I guess you could say that this is more open source than that, and that is true. But again, the actual base level technology is not that different, right? So it's not that super mega app just yet. So they talk about AI tools, infrastructure. They have a product blog. So let's understand a little bit more about the infrastructure, right? The back end. I think because we can click infrastructure overview to learn a little bit more. It says the ASI Alliance provides a foundational architecture for decentralized AGI systems. Through a composable stack of interoperable technologies, developers, researchers, and enterprises can build intelligent multi-agent applications with native support for data, compute, governance, and orchestration, and build and deploy dynamic AI workflows seamlessly. So you can see right now live, they have ASI data. This enables permissioned and permissionless sharing of data assets. This supports decentralized data markets, token-gated APIs, and data to compute or compute to data flows. That's called ASI data. They also have ASI compute, which is distributed compute fabric, combining cloud, edge, and inter-cloud resources. This powers large-scale model training, real-time inference, and autonomous agent execution. And then a lot of coming soon stuff. We're not going to really get into the coming soon stuff because, as I just explained, we like to talk on this channel about what is already, not what is coming, because what is coming could never actually come, right? Let's see the products. Let's see what they have live online right now. ASI Mini, ASI Wallet. Agentverse is a sandbox for autonomous agents, build, test, and deploy AI native systems that collaborate, transact, and evolve across the decentralized web. ASI Compute by Kudos. Remember, by Kudo or Kudos? Is that a typo, or is that they just call it different things? Anyway, a decentralized scalable compute layer powering the ASI Alliance's AI workloads managed by Kudos. ASI Compute connects high-performance distributed infrastructure with AI inference, training, and agent execution at global scale, cost-effective, efficient, and democratized. And again, we can actually do a future video where we deep dive into all of these things. For this video, this is kind of a zoomed out, very high level overview of what ASI is and what kind of AI technologies they have. I'm not really diving as deep into, how many users they have, how many customers they have, how much is this deployed and used on a regular basis. This is really to understand the base layer technologies that are already implemented and or already in potentially in production, right? They also have Foam by ASI. The Foam by ASI program organizes regular data challenge competitions, providing data scientists with access to real-world data sets, enabling them to develop and test innovative algorithms and models. And then they have what's called Predictor. This is a market prediction platform built on trustless data feeds and economic incentives. Predictor lets users forecast real-world events, enabling developers to train agents on high-quality predictive data and integrate probabilistic reasoning into decentralized applications. They also have ASI Data by Ocean Protocol. This is a privacy-preserving data access layer designed to tokenize, share, and monetize data sets. ASI Data supports machine learning, agentic computation, and graph-based analytics built on Ocean Protocol and aligned with the ASI Alliance's open AI objectives. And so when I see all these things from these different projects, I don't understand, are these projects merged or are they individual, right? Because we just heard this is built on Ocean Protocol's, where does it say this? Built on Ocean Protocol and aligned with the ASI Open AI objectives. So is Ocean Protocol still its own blockchain and it just the coin merge? Like, this is what I don't understand. And typically, the more I don't understand something and the more I read about what these projects are doing and how they're implementing, and I still don't fully understand, typically that for me as an investor is like well, until I understand, I cannot invest in this actual crypto or stock. We've talked about this before with companies that were going bankrupt. Like, for instance, Core Scientific during the last bear market. Core Scientific was going bankrupt. And we were basically trading that market. We were trading the bankruptcy, which was unbelievable, because we went from 5 cents to 50 cents in the bear market. That's a 10x. I think it actually went much higher than that. But either way, when the companies were going to basically come out of bankruptcy, I didn't really fully understand what my valuation was going to be in the current stock versus the new stock. So it was like, yeah, it's time to kind of exit this position and then just wait it out and see what happens. Granted, I could have lost on that trade, but I was more willing to wait than than take a loss or take a gain on that. And it's the same thing here. Like, I don't understand really, are they separate projects or are they one project, and what are they working on together? Because these are very basic products that have already been pushed out by the team. But this is not, in my view, as advanced as what we're seeing with Internet Computers AI or potentially the Solana AI that they're going to be working on. It doesn't mean that superintelligence can't get there. It's just, I don't know that we're there today. And then they do a lot of research. Not really going to talk too much about the research because the research is more about like what technologies they can create and adapt and build versus what we have today. And so, what else? The ecosystem, right? We have a developer hub, partnerships. Let's learn more about the partnerships between ASI. Do they have any? Well, they talk about the ASI Partner Network. It says our network includes trailblazers in blockchain AI and distributed computing who drive our core technologies forward. Collaborations with premier research teams ensure that our innovations are both groundbreaking and responsibly developed. What research teams? From data marketplaces to decentralized finance platforms, our partners integrate cutting edge solutions in real world applications, creating tangible value across sectors. They talk about some of the partner benefits, but no actual partners, not that are at least listed on their website. So that's interesting. Let's see. Maybe if we click partner network. Nope, that doesn't lead us to anything. It's the same web page. Anyway, so yeah, no partnerships just yet here. And that's basically it on their main page. Now, if you go to their products page, we already went through some of their products. But again, are these anything larger than just large language models, right? Because that is not really the future of AI. The future of AI is being able to really interconnect all the data points around the world and be able to come up with a conclusion, right? Like, hey, is now a good time to purchase this product from China or this product from India? Which is going to be cheaper, which is going to be more cost effective in the long term? The AI would be able to run all that data and say, okay, here's the pricing, here's the tariffs, here's the shipping time, here's the costs that are going to be involved in this, here's the costs going to be involved in that, here's some of the issues, here's some of the delays that could occur, and take all that data and tell you which is the best country to purchase from, right? So that's from a very large global scale company looking for to integrate AI into their systems or kind of how they do things. And so we have to learn a little bit more about this, right? So we talked a little bit about ASI Mini, but what exactly is ASI 1 Mini? Well, earlier in 2025, at the end of February, Fetch AI introduced ASI 1 Mini, the world's first Web3 large language model designed for agentic AI. Now, remember, we just went over this in the products. This is the top of the list in their products. And this press release gives us a little bit more information about what is going on here. Fetch AI, a founding member of ASI, has launched the ASI 1 Mini, making the debut of the first Web3 native large language model specifically built and optimized for supporting complex agentic workflows. Benchmarking results demonstrate that ASI 1 Mini delivers performance on par with leading large language models currently available in the market with significantly lower hardware costs. That's not also good either because it's just on par with other large language models. There's no super intelligence there, right? It's just regular AI. Powered by FET through the ASI wallet integration, ASI 1 Mini is the first model in ASI Train Family, an ASI Alliance initiative set to expand with the upcoming launch of the Cortex group of models, centered around the use of large language models and generalized intelligence. This pioneering approach democratizes access to foundational AI models, allowing the Web3 community to invest, train, and own them. By doing so, it enables individuals to directly benefit from the growth of these models that could unlock multi billion-dollar valuations, creating a new era of decentralized ownership in shared value AI technology. And so they talk about ASI 1 Mini, saying it introduces next level adaptive reasoning, context aware decision making, and it features native reasoning support with 4 dynamic reasoning modes, intelligently selecting from multi step, complete, optimized, and short reasoning, balance depth, efficiency, and precision. Whether tackling complex, multi layered problems or delivering concise, high impact insights, ASI 1 Mini ensures reasoning is always tailored to the task at hand. Okay, so they definitely are releasing products and working on things here. You can see some of the other things that ASI Alliance have been working on as well here on their press release page. I think that they had some kind of thing with Arvweave. It says Iridia partners with Arvweave. Well, Iridia partners with Arvweave, ASI Alliance, and LifeShip to launch humanity's first molecular data archive and digital asset infrastructure to the moon. Okay. So Iridia, a leading innovator in molecular data technology and traceability, announced a groundbreaking mission to preserve critical information beyond the planet's boundaries in collaboration with Arvweave and the ASI Alliance. Iridia will store both the Arvweave Genesis block and the ASI tokens on the surface of the moon via the LifeShip lunar payload aboard the Dragonfly aerospace space lander. Okay. So literally ASI is going to the moon. Maybe that should be the title of this video. ASI is going to the moon, because apparently it is. ASI is going to the moon. I'm typing this in right now because that may be the title of the video. But yeah, I mean, to me, like this is not advancing AI, right? If they had like the premier AI application that everybody around the world was using, I would say, okay, great, send it to the moon. But they're sending it to the moon just so people like the Cryptoviser can title the video, ASI is going to the moon. But is it really going to the moon? And what does this really mean for the future of the project, right? How much does this actually cost? Because at the end of the day, guys, there is a lot of AI competition. There's a lot of money being pumped into AI right now. We just heard about that $50 million push into Solana's AI technologies. Now, is that going to work out? Are they going to have a product? Is this going to take years to develop? I don't know. But all I do know is that there is clear competition in this space. And again, we go back to internet computer. And listen, I do hold some internet computer, not a very large portion of my portfolio, but when I look at all of the AI projects out here, the only one that comes close to true AI in the current sense, with where it's running on chain, they have actual products, they've already demoed this live, so it's not just in theory, it's internet computer. And again, I still don't fully understand, like, this is supposed to be the ASI crypto, but yet it's still listed under Fetch. From what we've been reading, the only merger is the coins merging in a wallet. But it's not an actual merger of the projects or merger of the talent or merge. Like, I would think about like NVIDIA purchasing, for instance, internet computer, and then NVIDIA integrating their AI capabilities on chain through the internet computer. And I would imagine if they were to partner or purchase like, this kind of technology, they would have already tested and created the ability to enable this technology on whatever they're merging with. It doesn't seem like Fetch AI, Ocean Protocol, and Singularity did that. It's almost like they just created an alliance between the 3 projects to create one coin, but that the projects are still separate and not fully aligned with each other. So it wasn't an actual full merger. This was more of just an alliance being formed. So where does the coin fit in here, right? Where does the valuation of the coin fit in? Because if Fetch AI is doing all of the legwork, let's just say, this is just a hypothetical, just as an example. But let's say Fetch AI is doing all of the legwork. They're the ones pushing products out. They're the ones doing the research. They're the ones doing the development. And then they launch products. But SingularityNet and Ocean Protocol and Kudos don't do any of that. And they have no products or no usage. Let's just say, where does the value of ASI coin go? Does it go higher because Fetch AI is delivering, or does it go lower because Singularity and Ocean and Kudos are not doing anything? Or does it stay sideways? From an investability standpoint, I don't know the answer to these questions. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this video is not to compare ASI to Internet Computer, but because we've done so much work and so much research into Internet Computer, and where I believe that Internet Computer has the most premier AI technology on chain right now. Again, there's not that much competition in the AI space in crypto and blockchain, but the competition that we do have, they're nowhere near where Internet Computer is. And granted, right now, Internet Computer really only has large language model type of technologies built in, although they do have facial recognition and image generation available. But I don't know. I don't know that Fetch AI have any of this in live production right now based on what we just looked at on their website. Is this just overhyped? Or are they really working on it and they're going to be building it? Or are they just building infrastructure so that, centralized AI models can live on a decentralized infrastructure for these systems? Because already ASI is talking about AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. This is kind of like the computer is figuring things out on its own without needing to be prompted necessarily. And they don't even have basic AI, let alone going towards AGI. And plus, we talked about they have a computer that they put it in this, that they, where is it? Oh yeah, right here. Design and purchase the world's first supercomputer dedicated to decentralized AGI. Well, give us some more information on that. Like, what are they doing with it? What is it computing right now? What is it doing right now? What kind of accomplishments does it have? Because again, we are now, what I believe is towards the end of the Bitcoin cycle for 2024, 2025. And so for us to see major pumps in the market, we need to see, the actual products being released. And so this is the big difference between this cycle and previous cycles. Is this cycle, it's about what do you have today? Now, what are you going to have tomorrow? It's what do you have today? Now, granted, there will be speculation, but when I look at the price of ASI crypto since the merger, we're basically almost at pre-merger prices, maybe a little bit lower than that at certain points. But we're at 70 cents. The market cap is $1.6 billion. Compare that to other assets, other cryptos, other AI-related cryptos. It is on the lower market cap end there. But I remind my viewers that there's always opportunity, and the opportunity may come even though the fundamentals don't necessarily agree with where the market is, right? Just because I'm saying that I don't think that ASI has AI technologies as advanced or as deployed and developed as Internet Computer doesn't mean that the price can't run. The price can definitely run, and sometimes maybe it will run even harder just based on the fact that it's in the AI narrative, it's in the AI category. And so this goes back to the main question of this video. Is this an investable asset? Is ASI a good investment? Personally, for my portfolio, it's not at this point when I'm recording this video toward the middle of 2025. That doesn't mean it's not going to perform. And that doesn't mean that it's not right for your portfolio. Because again, just based on the narrative, we know that a lot of the space in finance the speculation is based on the narrative. So we see this in the stock market, we see this in the crypto markets, we see this in the derivative markets as well. If the AI narrative picks up, everything AI will potentially go much higher as well. But is it going to be able to sustain that, or is it going to be a pump and then a dump? And I just don't know enough. If we would have heard over the last year, deployment, new research, new technology, new product being released within the ASI ecosystem, and if there was clarity around what this ASI alliance actually is. Are these three projects one, or are they still separate projects working in their own verticals, trying to accomplish whatever they want, and then they're all going to share the success or non-success from a price perspective? I don't understand this. I thought it was going to be one company, one project, one decentralized team from all of these kind of different projects coming together and putting together their intellect and their intelligence and their talent of developing. and creating the super app, the artificial super intelligence crypto, the artificial super intelligence compute platform. But that's not what we have today in 2025. And in my view, internet computers AI is miles ahead from the development perspective and from the organization perspective, because again, it seems very disorganized. Fetch AI, Singularity Net, Ocean Protocol, and Kudos. Who's doing what? Who like I, again, are these separate projects or they're the same project? And for those reasons, for my portfolio, it's not investable this cycle. I told my viewers last year I would monitor this coin and hope that we see something good, because I don't think, maybe I did. I think I pulled up one tweet from last year. Yeah, perfect example. So this was from July of 2024, and it says Fetch. The ASI X account being down won't change the fact that I think the bottom is in and we will gigasend post merge, right? Post merge from Fetch AI to Singularity Net. Now, again, this was a little bit less than a year ago, right? About 10 months ago. But the price was 130, $1.30. And he's talking about, oh no, we're going to gigasend. We didn't gigasend. We gigasent down by 50% from the time that tweet was. So in 10 months, we've come down 50%. It's not a good look, guys. It's really not a good look. And there's no indicators that I've seen here or in my research off of the video that would indicate that they have they have the next super app. They have an app that's going to outpace everything that Solana is doing, everything that Internet Computer is doing, or any one of these other AI related projects or offshoot projects. And so for that, when I look at ASI versus ICP, it seems like ICP is still right for me. ASI, not so much. Now, again, this is not saying that it's not going to be right for your portfolio, but you have to do your own research and kind of come up with your own conclusions. But if you are investing in ASI or Fetch or whatever this project is, let me know down below and let me know why. Like, what makes you super bullish about this project compared to some of the other projects that we've discussed? And I'd love to hear your thoughts about everything else discussed in today's video down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you when I see you. Invest responsibly, do your own research, and as always, crypto on.